Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to add the code to handle a win or loss. So basically there's a couple of issues. The first is that incorrect moves remaining can go below 0, and the second is that the player can't win a game even if they guess all the letters correctly. So when incorrect moves remaining reaches zeros, total losses should be incremented and a new round should begin. So it would be nice to have a single method that checks the game state to see if a win or loss has occurred, and if so, update total wins and total losses. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a method named update game state that will perform this work and call it after each button press instead of calling update UI. So I'll go ahead and add the code and then we'll talk about it after I've added it. So I'll go ahead and pause the video right now. Okay, so I've gone ahead, I've added the update game state. So basically what we're looking at is if the incorrect moves remaining equals 0, then we'll increment our total losses by 1, and if our current game word equals our current game formatted word, then we're going to go ahead and increment our total wins by 1. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and update the UI. So the next thing I need to do is I need to go ahead in my button tap code, and what I need to do is I need to go ahead and set that to call update game state instead of update UI. So let's go ahead and run it and see what happens. Okay, it looks like I have an error there, so now we'll go ahead and run it and see what happens. Okay, so it looks like the screen has appeared, so let me just go ahead and see if we win this game or lose this game, see if it's operating correctly. So it looks like we still have an issue. So what we need to do here is once we do have our total losses or total wins have been incremented, then we need to reset to a new round. So let me just go ahead and stop this. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go ahead and set some property observers that did set. So basically what we're going to do is if our total wins does get set, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start a new round. And that should call a new round. If we have a win, when that value gets set to another value, and then we're going to do the same thing with our total losses. So we'll call the did set, and we will call a new round if the losses gets incremented by 1. So we've added that. So let's go ahead and rerun the program again and see how that has helped. Okay, so the application has came up. Let me just go ahead and play through one round. Okay, so now you notice that I did not guess the word Swift. Our losses got incremented by 1. Our tree repopulated back to the 7 apples, but the one thing that we're not doing yet is we need to enable all the buttons for the next round. So that's the last bit of code that we need to go ahead and write. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create an enable letter buttons function, and then we need to add some new round logic. If our list of words isn't empty, then you should perform the same work that you did previously, but also re-enable all the buttons. If there are no more words to play with, disable all of the buttons so that the player cannot continue playing the game. So I'll pause the video, add that code, and then we will go ahead and talk about that code. Okay, so I've added the enable letters button function. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through our list of our collection of letter buttons, and we're going to enable those. And then if we go ahead and scroll back up to our new round, what we're going to do in our new round code is we're going to check to see if the list of words is not empty. Then we'll remove the first word, we'll re-enable the letter buttons, we'll update our GUI, and else if it's our list is empty, then we're going to enable our letter buttons, set that to false, so we're done playing the game as there are no more words to go ahead and play with. So let me go ahead and start up the simulator here, and we'll check to see if everything is operating correctly. Okay, our simulator has come up. Let's go ahead and play a few games here. So I'm just going to go ahead and mess up this first one. So we're done. Our losses are 1. All of our buttons have been re-enabled. We'll go ahead and play for a win here, see if the same thing happens. It looks like we have 1 win, 1 loss. Everything gets set again. I'll just go ahead and lose this one on purpose. And we have 2 losses. So it looks like everything is running correctly. So that's all we have for the Apple Pie application. So I hope this video helps you. Videos help you when you try to complete this exercise. So we will talk to you later.